Welcome to Mac Living in Portugal.
Today it's the tour of my house and the land, but not in that order. I'll start the tour outside my land, and no, don't worry, there isn't 200 acres. There's just enough land for the things that I want and the things that I need. I'm going to do the tour from back to front, and then we'll move into the house. First of all, I want to give you an aerial view of everything so that you can sort of get a good understanding of what fits where. So in other words, I want to give you an overall picture before we get to the juicy bits. Now, while I'm taking you on this grand tour, I want you to imagine yourself living here. I want you to imagine that this is your home. And note, I said home, not house. This is important, and I'll explain why later. So, from back to front, let's get on with it. That is my little forest. There's the play park area, courtyard and barn area, the main house, the main swimming pool, and that is the main entrance to the property. This is the aerial view from south to north. Let's get the tour underway. Up in the distance you can see the house and the van, and you might even be able to see Lady Lulu. Here she comes. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yes. Come on, baby. You're a good girl. This piece of land in Portuguese is called boça. Boça meaning small woodland. It's the first piece of land I've ever owned. It's got trees in it, so I call it my little forest, and I'm very proud of it. I keep it nice and neat and tidy. There is the back fence to the property. The side fence is just over there. And this area here is where I have all my bonfires. So all these cuttings have got to dry out, and then in the evening, me and Lady Lou come down, set the bonfires going, and then I sit and enjoy it with a glass of wine, and Lady Lou has her Scooby snacks. The forest has got an awful lot of eucalyptus in it. Eucalyptus grow really quick, and as I harvest them, I then replace them. This area over here is where the glamping tent is, and we've had some really strong winds, so the sun cover needs to be replaced. There are a nice large number of trees around the glamping tent, and they provide really good shade in the summer and keep the tent nice and cool. Don't they, darling? Don't they, Lady Lulu? Yes. And then as we come down here, I have a root that I dug out. That took a lot of work to get that out, but I dug it out, dried it out, treated it, and then I light that up with solar lights, and that looks really spectacular at night time. This area here is for the fire pit, and the children love roasting marshmallows on that. Then, as you can see, we've got a nice clear area here where the children run around on their quad bikes, and that is very entertaining to them. And then as we move over to this section, there are 20 new olive trees, so what I'm trying to do here is make a small olive grove. Now we have here the play park area, and again the children absolutely love spending a lot of time in that, and sometimes they spend more time in the play park than they do the swimming pools. And there's the pétanque court. This is the private area for the glamping, but we'll come to that in just a moment. Here is my garden with my polytunnel, and this is also where the chickens are. I've got plum trees, fig trees out in this area, and there is my woodshed. that keeps me nice and warm in the winter. Now, where are the girls? Where are all my little hens? There's their little house that they sleep in at night time. That's where I keep their food, in there. I know where they are. They're in the polytunnel, keeping nice and warm and digging up bugs. Hello, morning girls. How are ya? 6 chickens, half a dozen eggs a day roughly, so that gives me plenty. Now we move on to the final piece of land, or the final area out here, and I have some new fruit trees in here, and I've got to pay more attention to them this year coming, and I've got to sort of water them and give them some fertiliser. But I've got different fruit trees there, and here is where I process all the wood that I harvest. So there you can see some cuttings, and there, as well as there. These were cut down in the late autumn. These are cuttings from last year, and I've got to cut them up because they're the starter wood. And anything that's left over goes there and gets burned. So there we have a tour of the land at the back of my house. Now let's take you into the glamping area. So people come and stay in the tent, and this is all lit up beautifully with solar lights, so it's quite romantic. I try and make it nice and pleasant and romantic for people. And then they come down here through this gate and into this area which is totally private for them. There's a nice above ground swimming pool for mum, dad and the children, and it's solar heated, and I made sure it was, I put a lot of effort into getting it solar heated because I don't want the children swimming in cold water. If the water's nice and warm, they'll stay in it a lot longer. And obviously they enjoy running around on the quad bikes in my little forest and playing in the play park. This area here is where we have the lounge area for the family with a TV for the children to watch, and this area is the dining area. This outdoor kitchen is really good, well fitted out, and that is a tour of the back of the house. Let's now move into what I call the tractor shed. We're now in the courtyard, and we've got this barn area. This is what I call my tractor shed because it has my little tractor and trailer. It's a rotivator, and we have my ride-on mower and various other garden equipment that I use. There is the big oven, and that works. I renovated that, and that works lovely. And as you can see, all of this equipment here is for the guests when I open up the season in April. But we have a trampoline and all the furniture and everything. Then we have my outdoor kitchen with my sweet potatoes. They have just finished curing off, so I can now put them into storage. And that is the barn area. Then there's the courtyard. We've got 2 lemon trees, 2 lime trees, and a cherry tree, and the cherries are gorgeous and big. I love them. And then we have the gates leading out to my van. If I come down to the main gate and turn around, I can then show you the 2 driveways. The first driveway there, where the van is, that leads to the courtyard, and the second one leads to the front garden. The front garden is mostly floral, but there are some interesting things that I can point out and show you. This is a fountain. It's really beautiful, and I love sitting there having a glass of wine at the end of a day's hard work. It's really lovely. Sun beaming down on me. It just gives me a sense of, whoa, I've achieved a wonderful day. Here we have the Wisteria Tunnel. This is absolutely stunning, but unfortunately, it takes an awful lot of work. But I don't mind. I will be pruning that once it's lost all its leaves, and then come March, it will be in flower and the smell is absolutely divine. This is like a really dark tunnel with lovely blue flowers hanging down. Okay, so that is the Wisteria Tunnel facing that way. The parking area, as well as the steps leading up to the front door. I don't use the front door, I always use the back, but the front door is up there. Then this is the extension to the house, built about 55 years ago, garage door, and now we come to the front of the house. So let's start over here on the right. This is the pump house for the swimming pool, containing the filter, the pump, and there's also the pump from the well. So I have a well which was sunk about 100 years ago, and I get my water from the well. I do have water from the mains company, but I tend to use the water from the well simply because it saves money. Here is a holding tank for holding the water from the well to water the plants. There is a fig tree just there, and I also have a walnut tree there. All along that fence is the wisteria, and that also is really beautiful. This is a ruin, it's part of the property, and that needs to be turned into a 2-bedroom apartment. Let's have a better look at it. I also have my tangerine and orange trees, and the fruit, I continually pick off them in the winter. This is a little storage area for the sunbeds for the guests, and here is the ruin. I call it the ruin because it is a ruin. It needs rebuilding, so it's a ruin. Right, so when we talk about olive trees, I have hard pruned that one there, but last year the year before, I hard pruned that one, and you can see it's now starting to take beautiful shape, and that will harvest some lovely olives this year coming. Now we move round to the swimming pool. This is a 9 by 4 metre swimming pool, half a metre at the shallow end, 2 metres at the deep end. Guests absolutely love that. They do their sunbathing here, and over there is a gazebo which I've taken down because of the winter, and then there's a dining area there with a big wooden bench, a nice barbecue for the family to cook up a lovely evening meal, and there is the apartment door which I'll take you in later on. And then there's lovely floral gardens everywhere to make the area nice and attractive for the guests. And it all does take a lot of looking after, which is one of the reasons I won't be doing it anymore. I'm actually going to stop doing, I'm going to stop having guests, but it is beautiful. Okay, so there's a tour of the front. There we have the outside area, or my land. It takes a lot of looking after for one person. I spend from February to November all the time looking after this, and it takes a lot of effort. But I'm very proud of how it's looking, and the guests really love it. Time to tour the house. This is the doorway into the garage, the one I use the most. It's a very large garage. I don't park vehicles in it, I use it for all many other things really. There's my little YouTube studio, which you will see me talking to the camera at. Stairs that lead up to the house, where I have some of my camera equipment, my 2 paramotor trikes, and then we go into the laundry room. There is where I do all the ironing, and then we have 2 washing machines, a sink and all various bits of cleaning equipment, and a toilet. Then we have the linen cupboard with all the towels and bedding for the guests. This is my workshop. This is where I'll do any repairs that need doing, storage of various bits and bobs. You know what it's like having a workshop or somewhere like a shed. And then we've got the high chair and cot for the guests' children. Okay, then we have my other vehicle. Then we'll go back into the garage and up the stairs. I think this is a rather nice feature. I like to be able to come in the garage and then go up into the house this way. One very long hallway with Lady Lulu in it. The first bedroom we're going to come to is what I call my summer bedroom. The reason I call it the summer bedroom is because it's got AC up there in the corner, and in the summer when it's lovely and hot I can cool it down and know that I'm going to get a good night's sleep. It's got a walk-in wardrobe, really lovely spacious bed, which Lady Lulu is very naughty and sneaks up on with me in the night. Casa de Bagna, excuse me lady, good girl. Casa de Bagna, nice and big, plenty of room with, hello, with a lovely big shower and a linen cupboard for the towels and bedding. Okay, that is my summer bedroom. Back out into the hallway, we can then go into the next room, which is the kitchen. Over in the corner you'll see the fogao, the back door leading out into the courtyard. It is a lovely, big and spacious kitchen. I've put the island in the middle to make it more useful, and I thoroughly enjoy doing all my cooking in here. Okay, back out into the hallway. Everywhere I go, Lady Lulu goes. Right, we have the front door. Now, I don't hardly ever use it. I never use it. I just don't use it. Hallway, facing the other way. And then this area is where I store a few things like starter wood, hoover, coats. Then we have the winter Casa de Bagna. That's because there's AC right up, oh, where is it? Right up there. There it is. And what that does is heat the bathroom up nicely for me to have a shower. And again, it's a really lovely big bathroom. Now we come to the 2 bedrooms that I use for the bed and breakfast. This cosy little bedroom here, and the window looks out on to the courtyard, and when we come round you'll see that it's a lovely cosy little bedroom. But that takes us across the hallway to what I'm trying to make as a traditional Portuguese bedroom. I'm getting there. I've just got to get a few extra things. That's a spare bed over in the corner there that shouldn't really be there, and then we have an AC unit and a traditional wardrobe. Okay, now we come to the last 3 rooms. We have the lounge, and again it's a big lounge with the dining table, the settee just there where Lady Lou sleeps and watches TV, the wood burner, TV and Christmas tree, which I've still got to put away, and obviously my lovely big sofa. Now we move into what I call my winter bedroom. The reason I use this in the winter is because I don't have to pay for the heating. The heating comes into this room from the heat from the lounge off the salamander, and that makes this room very comfortable to sleep in through the winter. Everywhere I go, there's Lady Lulu. Yes, darling, I know. And the final room, my office. So there is my office, the table there for extra camera equipment. That's where I sit and do my work. I have another desk here with a spare PC, should my main one break down. And again, it's a lovely comfortable office, heated up from the lounge. And there we have a tour of the house. It's a large house and the rooms are large. So the next place that we're going to go is the apartment. And here is the apartment where the guests come for their holidays. It's an open plan space. We have the lounge with 3 settees. One of them, that one over there, is the sofa. Then we have this open space here. In this corner is the salamander pallet burner, and that is for guests in the winter. Then we have the dining area. Nice, big and spacious. And of course, casa de baño, toilet and shower. Then we have bedroom number 1. I've yet to make it up because I've got guests coming in soon. Then back out. That's the kitchen area. And it's all fitted out perfectly with everything that you would need to cook a delicious meal. And then we have bedroom number 2. Right, let me just turn around. Now, the guests really do like this because of the amount of space and privacy that they have when they come on their holidays. But the other thing that they really do love is when they come out of the apartment, the swimming pool is literally just over there. Remember I said, imagine that this is your house, your home. Imagine yourself living here. Well, this is what you can have if you're thinking about coming to Portugal, moving to Portugal. Yes, it is a very large house, and I didn't choose it because I wanted the biggest house I could get. I chose it because I wanted to have the apartment and the glamping to provide wonderful holidays for families wanting to enjoy Portugal for their summer holidays. And it's been a fantastic journey providing that for them. It's been wonderful seeing the children playing in the pool and in the play park. That's been a wonderful experience for me. I've also enjoyed renovating the property. That was good fun too. Okay, so if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. And until the next time, you take care. Bye now.